In this lesson, we're going to find the square of a binomial using the square of binomial formula. The square of binomial method. So whenever you have a square of binomial, and a square of binomial, you'll know it because you'll have a binomial with a little 2 in the upper right-hand corner, your exponent, whether the binomial is a plus between them or minus. Anytime that binomial is squared, you have 2 of them. In this example, 5x plus 3 squared, I have 2 of the very same thing. I can simply place them side by side each other, 5x plus 3 times 5x plus 3, and then apply the FOIL method, which is first 5x times 5x equals 25x squared. Outer 5x times 3 equals 15x. Inner 3 times 5, which is 15x. Last 3 times 3, which is 9. Don't forget to combine outer and inner because they're like terms. 15x plus 15x equals 30x. So that leaves you with a final answer of 25x squared plus 30x plus 9. Okay, now let's learn the square of binomial method using the square of binomial formula. Now I know that you can simply put them side by side each other and use FOIL, but I want you to open your mind to a new way of solving it. I'm going to show you the square of binomial formula. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to solve that same problem using the square of binomial formula, which can be just as quick, if not quicker. Step 1 is to square the first term. So 5x squared. To get your middle term, all you have to do is multiply the number 2 along with the 2 terms that are in the parentheses. In other words, 2 times 5x times 3. Multiply those 3 things together. To get your last term, all you have to do is square that last term, which is 3. Okay, so let's get our first and last term. Squaring 5x, 5x times 5x equals 25x squared. Squaring the last one, 3 times 3 is 9. To get your middle term, you multiply the number 2 along with the 2 numbers that are inside the parentheses. 2 times 5x is 10x. 10x times 3 equals 30x. And there you have it, the square of binomial method. Okay? Stay with me. We're going to do one more example. So here we're going to use the square of binomial method again. So square the first term. To get your middle term, multiply the number 2 along with these 2 numbers. So it's going to be 2 times 6y times 7. To get your last term, just square the last number. Now, let's go ahead and by the way, when you're using the square of binomial method, your last term will always be positive, always. If you ever want to know what's the sign of the last term, always positive. Whatever the sign is inside the parentheses, that is the sign that determines what the middle term sign is. Okay, so we know a negative is going to go here, and for the last term it's going to be positive. Now let's forget about the signs for a moment and let's get our numbers in. So when we square 6y, 6y times 6y equals what? Yes, 36y squared. And then to get your middle term, you multiply 2 times 6, which is 12. 12 times 7 is 84. Don't forget your y, so that's going to be 84y. Square that last term of that 7. 7 times 7 is 49. And there you have it, the square of binomial method. 36y squared minus 64y plus 49. And we didn't have to do first, outer, inner, last. Not bad. Let's do one more. Okay, so by now, hopefully you're getting the hang of this square of binomial method. Let's do this last one. So to get the first term, you're going to square the first term. So that's 3m times 3m. So once you square that, you already know that that's going to give you 9m squared. To get your middle term, you're going to multiply the number 2 along with 3m times 4. 2 times 3m is 6. 6 times 4 is 24, so that's going to give you 24m. Your last term, all you have to do is square that last term. 4 times 4, which is 16. Now, in terms of your signs, the last term is always positive. Whatever the sign in the binomial is going to determine what goes there. So you're going to have a positive throughout this particular trinomial. So the final answer, let's reveal it. Yes, it is 9m squared plus 24m plus 16. Again, all you have to do is square the first term, square the last term. To get your middle term, multiply the number 2 along with the 2 numbers that are in the parentheses, and that will give you your middle term. Remember, the last term of the trinomial is always positive. The sign inside the parentheses will determine what the sign of your middle term will be, and there you have it, the square of binomial formula.